Okay, this was very interesting. I stumbled across this video right here, Fox News. It's not on YouTube or anything. I don't know why, but just check it out and tell me what you think about this natural immunity study. I know a lot of studies have been done in Israel, and it's amazing the results that are coming out, but you don't see this information. The CDC is not talking about this information, but check it out and leave comments and tell me what you think.
Carey is a Johns Hopkins University professor of public health. He joins us tonight. Doctor, thanks so much for coming on. This is something that you have suggested for an awfully long time, and it looks like now we have proof. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, we've had these debates now for 19 months in the medical community, and as we're seeing vaccinated immunity wane over 6 months, it turns out natural immunity is about 19 months into this pandemic. It's effective, it's durable, and it's going strong. And I think a lot of public health officials have been afraid to acknowledge that because they're worried people will just go out there and get the infection and not the vaccine. Look, I want people to get the vaccine. If they're non-immune, I think the vaccine saves lives. But let's be honest with people. The hesitancy with vaccination is because we've not been honest with things. We've not been honest about natural immunity. We've not been honest with the data. We should say complications from the vaccine. They happen. They occur. They're extremely rare, and it favors vaccination over natural immunity. But we got to acknowledge natural immunity is real. This study had 700,000 people in Israel. Wow. It affirms 14 other studies. And another one from Israel showed it was 6.7 times natural immunity was over vaccinated immunity. And the reason is you probably get more of an antibody response to the entire surface of the virus, not just the spike protein. And you get a cellular response, that is the B and T cell response. That may be more durable as well.
So we can measure whether someone has natural immunity. We're not guessing about it. You can take a blood test.
That's correct. Yeah, you can take a blood test. You guys know my story, my wife and I's story. We take blood tests and check our immunities probably every month and a half, every 2 months to check our immunity levels. And we're still got immunity, especially my wife. Like I said, hers is probably 10 to 15 times higher than mine. But we'll go ahead and continue.
So why would, if it's more effective than the immunity conferred by the vaccines, why would we be mandating the vaccines on people who have more effective immunity already? That seems insane, I think would be one word for it.
Look, I think public health officials took an edict from the top, and it was almost as if it was a political talking point that we need to get every American vaccinated, and anything else that suggested otherwise, be it the data on natural immunity, it was downplayed. And if you look at the CDC's own website on the chickenpox vaccine, they tell you not to get it if you had chickenpox in the past.
Okay, let's go to the CDC website to confirm what the doctor said about the vaccine for chickenpox. This is what I want to, I'm on the CDC website. I just want to highlight this part right here. It says, for most people, getting chickenpox once provides immunity for life. It is possible to get chickenpox more than once, but this is not common. But we're going to go to this part of the CDC website. Who needs chickenpox vaccines? We don't want to know that. Who should not get chickenpox vaccine? Here you go. The first sentence. You do not need to get chickenpox vaccine if you have evidence of immunity against the disease. And I know when I was a little boy, I think the whole community got chickenpox. And I would not want to get it again. So if they had a vaccine back then that would have prevented that, I would have gotten it. But this right here says, you know, if you've already had chickenpox and you got evidence of it, you do not need to take the vaccine. So I'm going to click on the evidence for the immunity. And this right here, it tells you right here, it gives you different information. You can go on. And this says, birth in the United States before 1980. But then it says should not be considered evidence of immunity for healthcare personnel, pregnant women. So basically it's saying if you was born before 1981, you probably got some kind of immunity. And for sure, if you've had chickenpox, you would have noticed it. So they're telling me I don't need a vaccine, but I got immunity. I got antibodies for the COVID, but they still telling me I need the vaccine. It's very confusing, but a lot of different stuff is coming out daily. And I would like to share it with you guys and tell me what you think in the comments below. But we'll continue with what the doctor is saying.
It's the same immune system. It's just this immunity has been politicized with this talking point from on high. Look, the medical establishment had a hypothesis that natural immunity was not going to work. That was a bad hypothesis. It was wrong. The data has now shown that. And because of that, they've lost credibility, and we lost the opportunity to ration the vaccine better if we would have told those with natural immunity to step aside when we were supply constrained. It's still a problem overseas. Yeah. They look to the United States for medical leadership. We should be talking about natural immunity.
Yeah, this is too crazy, and it's crushing people's faith in the medical establishment and science itself. It has a massive cost in public trust, as you've pointed out many times. Dr. Marty Makary, I appreciate your coming on tonight with Actual Science. Thank you.
Thanks so much.